Echoes of History presents the rise and fall of the Akkadian Empire. The Akkadian Empire, the first true empire in recorded history, emerged in Mesopotamia around 2334 BCE under the leadership of Sargon of Akkad. Stretching from the Persian Gulf to the Mediterranean Sea and from the Zagros Mountains to the Taurus Range, this empire was the first to unite different ethnic and linguistic groups under one centralized rule. Sargon's reign marked the beginning of a new era in Mesopotamia, a time when politics, religion, trade, and military power intertwined to form a truly advanced civilization. The Akkadian Empire set the standard for future empires, influencing governance, warfare, art, religion, and trade for centuries to come. The origins of Sargon the Great are steeped in mystery and legend. Born in obscurity, some accounts suggest that Sargon was abandoned by his mother and placed in a basket on the Euphrates River, a story reminiscent of later myths like that of Moses. His destiny changed when he became the cupbearer to Ur-Zababa, the king of Kish, a city-state in Sumer. However, Sargon overthrew his master and seized power for himself. After taking the throne, Sargon focused on unifying the fractured city-states of Sumer. At the time, Mesopotamia was a mosaic of city-states, constantly at war with one another for control over resources like water and fertile land. Sargon's campaigns led to the conquest of major cities such as Ur, Uruk, and Lagash. His crowning achievement was the conquest of Uruk, a city revered for its religious significance, solidifying his claim as king of Sumer and Akkad. Sargon's vision extended beyond mere conquest. To govern such a vast and diverse empire, he implemented the first centralized bureaucracy. He divided the empire into provinces, each governed by an official known as an ensi or governor. These provincial governors were loyal to Akkad, and their role was to oversee taxation, resource management, and defense in their respective regions. To maintain control over the vast territory, Sargon placed Akkadian soldiers in strategic cities and created a professional standing army, a first of its kind. This enabled quick responses to rebellions and external threats, while allowing for continuous expansion. Religion was central to the Akkadian Empire, not just as a personal belief system, but as a crucial element of governance. The Akkadians, like the Sumerians before them, believed that their kings ruled by divine right, chosen by the gods to lead. Sargon himself was often associated with the goddess Ishtar, the goddess of love and war, who was thought to have favored him in battle and blessed his rule. Under Sargon's reign, Akkadian kings became the intermediaries between the gods and the people, responsible for maintaining the favor of the gods. Sargon and his successors built numerous temples to honor deities like Anu, the sky god, and Enlil, the god of storms and earth. These temples were monumental structures that symbolized Akkad's wealth and power. One of the key achievements of the Akkadian Empire was the expansion of long-distance trade. Mesopotamia was rich in agriculture, but lacked many essential resources like timber, stone, and metals. Under Sargon and his successors, trade routes flourished, linking Akkad to distant lands such as Elam, Magan, modern-day Oman, Dilmun, Bahrain, and the Indus Valley. Through these networks, the Akkadians imported copper, lapis lazuli, gold, timber, and precious stones, which were vital for both daily life and the creation of luxury goods. Akkadian merchants also exported surplus grain, dates, and textiles, making Akkad a powerful trading hub in the ancient world. After Sargon's death, his grandson, Naram-Sin, took the empire to new heights. Naram-Sin is remembered as one of the greatest military rulers in history. He expanded the empire further into the Zagros Mountains, subjugating the Elamites and the Lulubi tribes. His campaigns against these nomadic tribes are immortalized in the victory stele of Naram-Sin, where he is depicted as a god king trampling his enemies. Naram-Sin declared himself a god, a controversial act that had never been seen before in Mesopotamia. This divine kingship further solidified his authority, but also drew criticism from some, who feared the wrath of the gods for his hubris. Yet, during his reign, the empire reached its greatest territorial extent, stretching from the Mediterranean to Elam. The Akkadian Empire was not only a military and economic powerhouse, but also a cultural one. The Akkadian language became the lingua franca of the empire, replacing Sumerian as the dominant written language in official documents, religious texts, and literature. This spread of the Akkadian language was a key factor in uniting the diverse peoples of the empire. Akkadian art and sculpture also flourished. One of the most iconic pieces from this period is the bronze head of Sargon, which showcases the Akkadian mastery of metallurgy and portraiture. Additionally, reliefs and steles depicting military victories, such as the victory stele of Naram-Sin, demonstrated the power and grandeur of the Akkadian kings. Despite its immense power, the Akkadian Empire eventually fell into decline. After the death of Naram-Sin, the empire was plagued by internal rebellions and external invasions. The Gutyans, a nomadic people from the Zagros Mountains, began to raid Akkadian territories, exploiting the weakened state of the empire. Compounding the external threats was a devastating mega-drought around 2200 BCE that brought famine and instability to the region. Agriculture, the lifeblood of Mesopotamian society, collapsed, causing widespread starvation and a breakdown in the empire's economy. The combination of rebellion, famine, and invasion proved too much for the empire to handle. By 2154 BCE, the Akkadian Empire collapsed entirely. The once great city of Akkad was sacked, and the empire fragmented into smaller, independent city-states. The Gutyans, though brutal, could not maintain control for long, and were soon replaced by the resurgence of Sumerian city-states like Ur. Even though the Akkadian Empire fell, its religious and cultural influence lived on. The concept of divine kingship, introduced by Naram-Sin, influenced later rulers in Mesopotamia, Egypt, and beyond. The temples built to honor the gods continued to serve as centers of power and worship for centuries. Akkadian religious practices, especially the worship of gods like Ishtar, Enlil, and Anu, endured through the empires of Babylon and Assyria. The Akkadian language also lived on as a scholarly and diplomatic language long after the fall of the empire, cementing its role in shaping the future of Mesopotamian culture. The Akkadian Empire's expansive trade network left a lasting impact on ancient economies. The trade routes established by Sargon and his successors connected Akkad to regions as far as India, Egypt, and Anatolia. These routes became the backbone of regional commerce, fostering exchanges of goods like copper, tin, textiles, and luxury items. The flow of goods through Akkad's markets enriched its economy, but more importantly, it allowed for the exchange of ideas, technology, and culture. Innovations in bronzeworking, writing, and architecture spread from Akkad to its neighbors, influencing cultures from the Indus Valley to Egypt. This diffusion of technology played a crucial role in the development of the ancient world. The Akkadian Empire may have fallen, but its legacy has shaped the very course of history. It was the first to show that a centralized imperial power could control vast territories and diverse peoples through a combination of military strength, economic prosperity, and religious authority. Future empires, from Babylon to Rome, followed in the footsteps of Akkad. The lessons of Akkad's rise and fall echo through history. Sargon's vision of empire set the template for centuries to come, while the empire's downfall reminds us of the fragility of even the greatest civilizations. In their struggle to adapt to climate change, warfare, and internal strife, the Akkadians offer a timeless story of ambition, resilience, and eventual decline. The Akkadian Empire remains one of the most fascinating and influential civilizations in human history. Its achievements in governance, trade, warfare, and culture paved the way for future empires, and its story continues to inspire scholars and historians today. Thank you for watching Echoes of History. Subscribe for more in-depth explorations of ancient civilizations.